Hi guys, I'm live. This video is for David Lee Roth. Hi Dave, how you doing? I swear I just read your comment just now, like 20 hours ago. You sent the comment and that you wanted me to do a video for you, and you told me what to cover, and I just now saw that, or I would have done this, well, I would have done this way earlier. You said to do hours, and I'm cutting it very close. I realize that, and I'm sorry. I just now saw a comment. I have so many commenters, and I'm sorry I didn't only just now see it, but I just now saw it, and this video is for you, David. First of all, I'm the guy for the job because, on the one hand, I have the chops for the gig. I have the chops. I know the tapping. I know the alternate picking. I have the legato. I have the left hand finger technique. I've got the guitar tricks, the feedback behind the head. I can play over the neck. I can play behind my head. I got the volume bar technique. All kinds of stuff I can do with that. I got vibrato, and that's I have the technical side covered. Secondly, I am in good physical shape, and I'm working on that. And by the time we gig, moving around on stage is going to be no problem for me. First of all, I'm already excited to be on stage. I'm already excited playing rock and roll. I can move all night up there. In fact, when I go to karaoke like I did a few days ago, I had no problem dancing the whole time I was there, and I was there several hours, and I was either dancing or doing karaoke the whole time practically. I mean, once in a while, just talking to someone, not dancing literally, but I had a problem moving around the floor for several hours. It's different to me than that is different to me than doing calisthenics, where it's boring, and I don't really want to be doing it for its own sake. I don't really like doing push-ups and sit-ups, and it's just not fun for me. But when it's something I'm engaged in already and I love doing, you're going to have to tell me to calm down after the gig. I'm going to be all over the place. When I was 16, I tired out an Irish setter because I wanted to play and she was tired. The dog was. So, but I'm not 16 anymore. But I do have a lot of energy, and I'm working on the physical aspect too. I go to the gym and I walk 12 to 15 miles, 10 to 12 miles, something like that every single day. So the gym is for my upper body. The walking is for my legs and lower body. So there's that. And as far as the rock and rollness of the gig, I'm rock and roll to the hilt. First of all, I look the part. I have the hair. It's my own hair. I look the part other than my hair too. And I'm very rock and roll in my attitude as well. Rock and roll is about doing what you believe in and not just following the status quo and doing what everyone else is doing. And there's an example of this just today of me doing the video on doing pot. It's so rock and roll, I believe, on my part to do that, because I'm not trying to fit in a social niche. I'm not trying to do what the social quo needs, status quo, I should say. I'm doing what I believe in and what I feel. And if that means talking about drugs for a minute, I will. That's transparency. That's rock and roll. That's saying that I do me first. And I believe that's very rock and roll. Fourth thing is, I believe I have, besides the rock and roll thing, I believe I have the heart for the gig too. Let me explain this. First of all, I have a heart. I love the music. There's an airplane overhead. Just hold on a sec. I love the music of rock and roll. I have the music of rock and roll in my heart. Other music doesn't do it for me like rock and roll does. It just doesn't. I'm sorry. I need that backbeat. I need the 4/4 beat. I need the drummer. I need the bass player. I need the singer, the guitarist, sometimes keyboard. I need that rock and roll distortion. I need the loudness of it. Just no other music comes close. I mean, I try to do other music because I want to bring it to rock and roll. But in the end of the day, if it doesn't help the rock and roll, I'm not as interested in it. And I am a rocker at heart. The other way I mean that I have the heart for the gig is I love the rockers that came before me, such as yourself, David. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't be Shirtless Guy. Not very good chance of that. 3 out of 4, I wouldn't be Shirtless Guy if you hadn't done your thing in the 80s. You and Robert Plant. people, that showed me, coolness in a male figure, and that I wanted way back then to be like that someday, because I was anything but that growing up itself. But because of you're in part very much due to your example, I'm Shirtless Guy today. And so there's that. I like to. Fifth thing, I like traveling. I had to travel back and forth between Colorado and California, which is interstate travel, of course. When I was just a kid, I was like in second grade, and I was already making like two round trips back and forth between Colorado and California per year. And I liked the travel. I'm good. I like traveling. I know I complain about it all, but I like to travel. I'm a good rider. I'm a good traveler. I'll enjoy traveling on the bus. And with that, when I'm with someone in person, almost always, but that's my thing, I try to get along. I will not try to make trouble on the bus. Not only just being a good writer for travel's sake, but I will try to be very respectful of everyone there. Just be light, be humorous, but yet respectful, and do what I'm supposed to do, and make friends and be nice. It's what I do. I do it on my walks when I give the sign. I'm not out there trying to be a jerk. I'm out there giving good energy, and often getting it back as well, which I love because I give it right back again. So there, that's 5 or 6 points. I'll call it 5. Why I'm the man for the job. Now, David, here's my pledge of loyalty, and I mean this. I mean this from right here. Your gig comes first. I don't mean to point in a rude way, but I'm not. Your gig is first. Don Henley, Daryl Hall called me from Hall & Oates. The Edge from U2 has called me. Tommy Shaw from Styx has called me. Baz even offered me a gig when he first called me a long time ago. And plus Vixen wanted to do a song, Meatloaf song with her on stage while traveling with Styx. And McMars doesn't need to play with him in the band, but he was going to go live with me to do Wild Side, which he still might do. We'll see what happens. I hope that happens. Dave, your gig comes first. All those other gigs, a lot of them, I will drop them at any point if it interferes with your gig, the gig I have with you, and I put you first. And I mean that. Just, you want to test me, please do, because I'll pass it. So, and my loyalty is I will not put you down again. And I said that a while back, and I never did. Yeah, I've had other problems. I talked about, I kind of broke confidence about what Billy Sheehan told me, and I didn't mean to do that, and I'm sorry. And I had problems with Kai, and I said things about him I didn't mean to say, and I'm sorry. But months ago, like a few months ago, I said I would never put you down again, David, and I never did. Not since I said I wouldn't, and I haven't since then. Check it out. Not just you, but any haters that want to look at that. I've been faithful to you. I do not insult you. I respect you. And I have done that since I said I would. And even if someone finds some clip where I might have slipped for a minute there, which I don't think that will happen, but even if that turns up, I give you my pledge from here on, at the very least, I will not put you down again. I will respect you. I know who you are. You're fucking David Lee Roth. I mean, you're David Lee Roth. I don't, and you are my primary gig, and I will do what it takes to keep the gig with you. And on top of that, I will not compare myself to Eddie Van Halen, which I believe I've done well with since you told me not to. Maybe I slipped once or twice, but in my heart, I do not compare myself to Eddie Van Halen for quite a while, and nor will I do it from now on either. I reserve that for himself and you and people that I give you that. I'm not going to compare myself to Eddie Van Halen, nor have I for quite a while, and I haven't in my memory. I haven't since I told you I wouldn't, or since you told me not to. I think once I said something like I get that, and I will not. That's yours. That's Eddie's. I will not do that. That's another part of that pledge, and another small part of the pledge, but it's there. is I will hang on the rope 15, 20 feet above the ground. If that's what it takes to do the gig, then I will do that as well. I give you my word that when it's time to go up on the rope, I will take my lumps and go up there. And I'll still enjoy it. I'll play up there like I would if I was standing on solid concrete. So even that will not, if that's what part of the gig is, I will not back off from doing that, or I will not back off from the gig because of that. So David, thank you for the comment. I'm sorry it took me so dang long to get to it. I literally read the comment like 12 minutes ago, and now we're 11 minutes into the video. In fact, but I did see the comment, and a parting note. Yes, David Lee Roth, you're David Lee Roth. I know you can get someone for the job, and I know that. Yeah, I get that. But you did comment well that I think you're seeing some good things. You said that you're considering hiring me, and you've seen that the tide is turning around for me, and that is very astute of you and true. Fum Fui Fidel's techniques have helped. Having them be without anybody from my family, David Lee, of you. Call me. In like the last month, I've had 2 calls from any of the people that your assistants, David, and a couple from you, but too. But I have had to fear on my own, and not only has that shown you that I can do that, but it's proven to me that I can do that, and it's helped me to do that. Your test actually helped me be stronger, which I am. I don't need Terrence to hold my hand, because I centered myself even when you guys hadn't called me for weeks. And I think that's a trial by fire, and I think I passed it, to be honest. I think I did. And a final thought, Dave, I've said before I would stand in traffic for you and take a bullet for you. Well, I mean that too. I don't want to. I don't want right now. I don't, but if that's what it took to save you, okay. I will have your back. In other words, I know I'm not your bodyguard. I have your back. And that reminds me. Also, I almost forgot to say this. I knew something was bothering me, David. I believe I'll be a good sparring partner for you. I'm very quick. I almost showed it right now, but I'm not going to do that. I'm very quick. I think I would. Not only would I enjoy sparring with you, I think I would be a good sparring partner for you. And you could teach me some things along the way. You're a master. I'm not. But I can learn. I'm a good learner, and I'm very quick. And we could have fun learning about it and teaching me. And we could have fun sparring and showing me, keeping me on my toes. Maybe even helping you have some fun and helping me learn martial arts, because I've always been interested in it. I just didn't want to be registered as my hands and feet registered lethal weapons. I didn't like that. I just decided that rather than do that, I just decided to watch a lot of martial arts movies. I'm a Steven Seagal fan. Jean-Claude Van Damme. I like the old David Carradine things. I like Chuck Norris. I like Jim Caviezel on Person of Interest. Yeah, I'm a fan. I like the UFC. I watched the first 4 UFCs. Number 1 and 2 and 4 were won by Royce Gracie from Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Number 3, he didn't win because he was injured and either couldn't fight or had to stop fighting. But he won UFC number 1. He won UFC number 2. He won UFC number 4. And in UFC number 4, he spent 20 minutes on the mat with a wrestler named Dan Severn, who was a professional wrestler. And it took Royce 20 minutes to get Daniel Severn to submit. And they were literally on the floor. It's called UFC 4. They were literally on the floor for 20 minutes, and I watched the whole thing. And Royce was really cool. I respect him, and I'm a fan of martial arts. And I'm also, and I'm your friend, David. And I'm a very good guitarist, and I'm pulling my shit together, as they say. I'm getting stronger all the time. Every time I start to go spiraling, I start to catch myself, but I catch myself earlier and earlier, and I'm more and more stable than I was even a few months ago. Much better place right now than I was. Some people are even unsubscribing because there's not enough drama. Well, why is there not drama? Because I'm getting my head together. There can't be drama where there's centeredness. I'm becoming centered, and I'm better at that. And you are the gig I care about. And David Lee Roth, I would be honored to be your guitarist and go on tour with you. I love you guys. Peace, rock and roll.